Hello. Well, so I'm getting ready for work, so let's do some makeup. I'm going to put my headphones on to keep my hair back, just using it like a headband. So what I like to do is start with the eyes first. I'm going to use this Wet n Wild foundation first because it's a very light color. I think this one is called Soft Ivory. And so over 50, right? We like our eyes to look awake and bright. I know this seems like a lot, but it's a very thin, translucent product. And then we're just gonna blend all that in. I love watching makeup videos. I think they're so relaxing. And I actually watched a couple really relaxing videos this morning and I thought, you know what? I'm gonna do one too. I'm kind of finding what's working on delivering good content for you guys. And thank you to my new subscribers. It's so exciting. And I do have a giveaway that I'll show you in just a bit here from I'm gonna at random pick one of my new subscribers. And what's nice is there's only 20 of you, so it's gonna be really easy. And then something in my hair. And then I think every weekend I'll do a giveaway. I'm fortunate to have a lot of products sent to me. Again, I run a medical practice. But I do aesthetic treatments too on women besides primary care. So I do get a lot of products sent to me. And I really want to reward my members for watching and sticking with me or joining and giving me that trust. Okay, so there's the eye area done. So while the eye area is kind of setting, I'm going to now take this, this is a darker shade, same Wet n Wild. This one's called Desert Beige. So we're gonna put this one all over. And again, it's a really translucent shade. See, you can see my skin through it, but I am half Irish. Well, I actually found this out on Ancestry. That's kind of a long story, but I'm half Irish and half Swedish. And my entire life, I was told that I was half Russian Jew, and I was brought up Jewish, and half Swedish. Well, come to find out, that wasn't the case. Yeah, so I was adopted, and here I am today helping as many people as I can. So thank God my mother decided at a very young age when she had me, at 15, she was too young to be a mother herself, barely, just in high school. So they decided to give me up for adoption, and I had wonderful parents that adopted me. And now I make it my mission to help other people. But that's just one word on adoption. I'm not being political, but thank God I made it into this world so now I can help others, because you never know. All right, that's a weird rant. Okay, so there's that foundation. Now the eye has pretty much set, so we're gonna move to that. I think we will, okay. Let's put some lighter colors down. I love these Revolution palettes. I have a few of them because they have so many different colors to choose from. So let's get a wide brush now. See our little wide brush selections here. And I just love seeing these eyeshadow colors. We're gonna go for a couple neutral shades just to highlight the brow bone, which by the way makes it easier later when you try to blend your contour colors and it doesn't look like a big muddy mess. Okay, so there's that kind of pinky peach toned one. Ooh, headphones are falling off. And I just kind of work it all in so I don't have any harsh lines. If you like doing makeup, isn't it artistry? It just gives you a chance to be creative and paint every day. I think so. So again, highlight that brow bone. And I like to get, again, this is a matte color, not shiny, so you can really be liberal with it and it's not gonna look crazy like a disco ball because I want that all to look awake. Okay, so now we're gonna move in with some contour colors. Fluffy brush. This time we're going to pick from the Sienna palette. It's got some of these, I'll open it. Some of these peach tones here in the center. So I like to grab the lighter peach tone and, oh, I know that looks strong. Don't worry, it will blend out. So I just kind of pounce it in there and then just blend. So I've noticed on my YouTube channel, people really like the hair and the skin products and those types of videos. I'm still gonna do medical content just because I enjoy it. And for me, it's almost like journaling because I can go back and just to kind of refresh myself on information that I've researched. I can kind of, so I'm gonna still do medical content, but I do like doing these types of videos. Now I'm using that that highlight again, so blending it, just blending it. Go back with my fluffy brush and build that up again right there. So do you see how it looks more blended and not so crazy now? Because I don't, because you know, I'm working today. It's a weekend, but I'm seeing patients today because most of my patients work, so I like being available on a weekend so they don't have to miss work to be seen. And I'm not going to do too much makeup because, again, just working today. I just want to look professional and awake. And the thing with makeup, too, is I do think it can just make you look more finished and polished. I read an article once, I don't remember from where, that they did a survey of if people trust women more, like in professions, like who do they trust more? And then they gave a picture of someone without makeup and someone with makeup. And the person with makeup on, they said they trusted more. I don't understand the psychology behind that, but I guess if you're in a profession and you want to look professional, I just think sometimes makeup, I'm just putting darker colors here. Just to, again, when you're over 50, you want to have more definition because we kind of lose definition. We just look like one big blank canvas. Because our eyelashes get lighter, our eyebrows get lighter. Our skin does lose that rosy tone. Anyway, so that's why when I work or whatever, I do like to wear makeup. Don't get me wrong. I'll go days without wearing it. It's kind of nice to give your skin a break from it. Okay, so that doesn't look too crazy. All right, then now let's, we're gonna do a little bit more definition. This is just a Lancome pencil, and I'm gonna as close to the eyelash line as possible. We're gonna put that. Oh, I can compare eyes now while I get a sip of coffee. And then this side. And isn't it nice also too to take a break from the world's politics and everything going on in this world right now and just watch a makeup video? Okay, I'm gonna fix this little mistake in a second. I'll show you how I do that. This side's coming out okay. I don't like to pull on my eyes too much anymore because I don't know, I think it does a little stretch the skin, and our elastin is not as strong when we get older. So I don't know. I don't want to put it under more undue stress. All right, that's that. And then how I fix these little kind of mistakes, I'll find just a hint of a fun, sparkly color. And again, I think there should be no rules with makeup in my opinion, but especially if I'm working and because I'm not 20, I don't like to go too crazy. So I'm just picking like a really kind of this gold color right there. I might mix it with that peach gold color. Take a little bit on my pinky, and then I'll just go right in the center. And if I cover up that eyeliner line that was too big right there, all the better. See, just a hint. Just a hint there. And then on the side, just a hint. And I kind of think, I'm gonna look in my other mirror for a second. So yeah, I kind of think that also makes your eyes look a little bit more alive and awake when it has just that little hint of glitter. And then again, a glittery shadow, or that's more of like a satin glittery shadow, not any fallout. Hold on. I think if you put too much on, it just accentuates wrinkles. And okay, let's see, what am I doing next? Oh, next, let's line the bottom line again. We're giving definition. And here's another thing that I do. I don't know, it works for me, but I see other techniques that work great too. I'm gonna take just this art brush. This is from Michaels, by the way. I get these art painting brushes from Michaels because I do paint, and I think I'll do some videos on that too, a live demonstration of painting. But oh my gosh, these make the best eyeliner brushes. Look how thin that is. Oh, that's razor thin. So you can get a nice crisp line. So I'm gonna stay in the same color family in the siennas. And I think I'm gonna do a mixture between this one called Groovy and Dapper. Groovy and Dapper. So let's mix those together. And then I'm gonna use this mirror. I get really close and then just stay right at the lash line, and I just stamp it on there. I wet this brush first. I had that spray bottle and I wet it. So it's a brown eyeshadow, so it doesn't look too dramatic for the day, especially if you have blue eyes. You want to go with browns and coppers and earth tones and peaches. It does make, because it's the opposite on the color wheel, it does make your blue eyes appear brighter and more poppier, I guess. Okay, so then we're also going to take it on the inner corner as close to the lash line as possible. You know, sometimes I'll just stamp it a little bit above that black eyeliner. Okay, hopefully, so you can compare sides. Just some nice definition, and it doesn't look too heavy, especially for daytime and working. Again, as close to the lash line. And up here, might need a little bit more. Okay, so I'll just go through this again. Isn't that just so satisfying when the eyeliner is done? Just painting a little live portrait. That's what it feels like. I tell you, with these artist brush that are so thin, it makes it so easy and flawless to do makeup. Okay, sometimes what I'll do is I'll put now another little brighter shade right under here. So let's do that. Why not? Let's see, what should we do? Let's pick, this is a Physicians Formula Rose palette. And I'm gonna pick, I think I might use the same brush. I'll use that same brush. Let's do that. Because I'm just gonna pick kind of one of these. This one's kind of like a shiny, I don't know if you can tell in the light. It's like a shiny little goldish pink color. And I like to do just a tiny bit of that right in the center, right under where I put the brown line. Again, it just gives a little bit of like, ooh, awake and interesting and three-dimensional. There, that's that. Okay, now that that base color for my face is done, I'd like to take a little bit of a darker foundation shade now. This is just a Chanel Ultra Latent. We're going to use that because it's a little bit of a darker, thicker shade. And because it's a better coverage, I mean, it is more expensive than Wet n Wild. No, I don't have to use as much of it. So it saves me money. It'll last a lot more if I use a lot of the Wet n Wild. And then I come back with the Chanel and I do strategic areas. So kind of where I want more coverage and a little bit more color. Notice how it's giving me a little bit better coverage, covering up that little brown spot. That's the bane of my existence. And almost like putting it where you would put bronzer, really, and just blending that in. And I find when I layer it like this, my makeup lasts longer throughout the day. Because sometimes when I film a video at night, I have worked all day and my makeup is still on. And it's like, okay. So I do love this little layering tip. Just get I do think Wet n Wild is a good product. I do this. And so again, putting it all over the face, then taking your more expensive full coverage product and just being strategic with it, and then I hardly have to use any. And then I'll just try to blend whatever's left on my brush on my neck. Just so everything matches. Okay. So we'll let this set again for a second, and we're gonna go back to eyes. Let's put some mascara on, and then we'll do eyebrows. So I'm gonna lay this Chanel color again. It's so deep black, and sorry, I hate looking at the mirror like that. It's so deep black. It has a great formula that does not irritate my eyes. I'm sensitive to some products. Do you ever notice when you use maroon eyeshadows, it is made from a particular, I think it's a beetle, carmine, I think. Those carmine ingredients, very irritating. I can't do them. My eyelid swells up. Yeah. So anyway, as far as mascaras goes, this Chanel one it's deep, deep, deep black. So to me, it's just because it's non-irritating. So I like to lay this one down first. And it's so black. It doesn't lengthen or anything. It just gives me good color. I feel like it's a really soft conditioning formula too. And we'll let that set for a second. I don't want to let it completely dry because next we're going to go in with this Maybelline Sky High. Again, mixing luxury brands with drugstore brand is a really good idea. And so now I do this while the Chanel is still wet, and the Sky High one is going to lengthen. So now I've got the great color, and I don't put this one too close to my eye. It doesn't irritate my eye anyway, but I just keep it away from my lash line and I go more towards the ends. Kind of mixes with this Chanel and makes them longer. See? Other side. Just lengthening. My dog's playing with a squeaky toy in the other room. Okay, and then this one, since all the product's off, I kind of like to come in and do the bottom. I don't know. I've seen videos where it says don't put stuff on the bottom, it drags your eye down. I kind of don't agree. I think we need definition around our eyes over 50 because, like I said before, we lose pigment, melanin, everything just becomes like this blank canvas with no definition. So I'm all about defining it. So bring on the eyeliner and mascara, and I'm putting it on the bottom row. Okay, so that's done. Let's put a little powder on first before we go to eyebrows. So I'm going to mix luxury brands again. So let's stay with the drugstore brand first. This is the Physicians Formula BB Cream. A little goes a long way on this. It's very full coverage. But it's nice because it has a mineral sunscreen in it. So I just gently pounce that on there. Gently. Just a little goes a long way. I'm not putting more product on, I'm just blending what's already on there. Okay, blended. Okay, let's get a sip of coffee. Okay, we're getting there. This is actually pretty fast. This is a pretty fast application. Next, okay, let's do eyebrows now because that's, oh no, we were gonna mix the luxury, I'm sorry. So now Laura Mercier, that's our luxury brand. And only because that gives such a nice finish. And I like to kind of put it at the edges down here because again, bronzer is gonna come up here. So I just like to do the edges of the face just so it just has this nice soft look and it makes your makeup last all day. So you don't look super oily at the end of the day, just kind of framing the face with it. Not gonna lie, I'm gonna put some on the nose. So framing the face. Okay, that's how I do that. Next, eyebrows. Okay, let's do eyebrows. So again, we're gonna get a new Michaels paintbrush. This, if it helps, this is the Zen by Royal and Langnickel. It's a 1/2 inch, 13 millimeter. And the other one, in case you cared, the razor thin eyeliner one, that one is Zen by Royal and Langnickel, and that one's a 10 millimeter, okay? Okay, so now we're going with the 13 millimeter for eyebrows. So where I like to start first, again, staying in the same palette, I'm gonna do a mixture between the Groovy and the Cozy. So we're gonna mix those two so I get a little warm and a little definition. And then I'll just kind of blot it off on my hand so it's not too crazy because I can always add more. And I like to start at the bottom, kind of bottom almost to the middle. And again, it's just like painting. I think eyebrows are so fun. This being an eyeshadow, it's more forgiving. So if you mess up, just take a Kleenex and wipe it off and you don't ruin your whole makeup. Now I'm doing the top, defining the top, and then what's left on the brush, I just fill it in. I have to look in my other mirror, see if that looks, yeah, that looks okay. Now let's do the other side. Groovy, Cozy. A nice, straight, defined line. I don't know, I think they've said makeup videos have gone out of style or whatever. I don't care. I still watch a ton of them. And I don't think there's enough videos of over 40, over 50. I mean, there's some, but I don't think there's enough. And I think just because we're over 40, over 50, over 60, whatever, 70 even, and my mom is over 80 and she's gorgeous. I should do a video with my mom. My mom is beautiful, very active still. Okay, and then let's just brush it vertically to get these hairs to stand up. All right, if you think you went too dark, sometimes I'll go with an even warmer color like this Adventurous one. It's called Adventurous. Nice. And I'll just run a little bit through it, and again, it just kind of lightens it up a little bit. Okay. And then if I am so inclined and I want to give a little bit more definition, I sometimes use the Anastasia Brow Wiz. But let's do this. Let's brush out what we've done first just to lighten it up a little bit. See how that lightened compared? Let's lighten this side. Brush, brush, brush. I agree with other people that talk about eyebrows. Boy, does that frame the face, and it just makes your face look more complete. So if you don't have time for anything else, do your eyebrows and your mascara, right? I'm doing a thin line of this just to give it extra definition. And then I'll probably go back with my little highlighter brush and just whisk away any powder that may have inadvertently dropped down. Again, it's matte, so it's okay. Okie doke. Let's see, what next? Oh, let's put some bronzer on. I found this palette. I think I got this at, I think I got this one at Ulta, and this is the brand, I'm kind of really liking it, BH Cosmetics. They're really, really affordable, really cute packaging, Tulum, Mexico. And look at all the bronzer colors and some highlighters in there too. I really like them. So these two, I kind of do a mix of these. So I just pounce back and forth, and then we're gonna start defining this area. And again too, we wanna bring warmth to our skin, because again, as we get older, our skin really becomes pale. So for me, especially because I've colored my hair this brunette color to get ready for fall, I'm gonna bronze it up. I'm just gonna bronze this up. Nose. I'm not so specific. I mean, again, this is me, how I do mine. I just kind of put it wherever I think the sun hits it. I'm more about just color, and as long as it's blended, I'm not getting too crazy. And then I'll come here where my eyeshadow was and just try to blend out the edges of that. It's coming together. And of course, the old trick, just kind of bring some color here so it looks like I'm not always inside. When you work all week and you're like, I have not seen the sun. I'm gonna get into the sun this weekend a little bit. I do recommend for my patients that they do try to get 15 minutes of sun a day. I do think when you form vitamin D in your body naturally, which is what happens when you're in sunlight, your body manufactures the D. I think that's the better way of getting it. But if you're not getting enough D, definitely supplement. We all know that now. I think it's been on the news enough. Now I like to take a pink color. This is, what brand is this? Complex Culture. I like this because being a girl from the 80s, when I grew up in the 80s, pink blush was really in style, and I kind of miss all the choices of those bright pink blushes. But I'll take this one, and even though it's a matte color, I'll use it as a highlighter because, look, it just looks so much brighter. Again, I think it makes me look more awake. And I'll get it pretty close to my under eye because I'd rather have that little rosy glow than pale transparency showing through. One, I think it looks fresh, awake. And when you have that rosy glow, that does make you look younger. It does. Okay. So see, it's not super shiny. Let's do lips now because they're looking a little pale. So what I like to do first before I put lip liner on is get your lipstick on first, okay? And we're gonna put, this is a L'Oreal one. This is called Glowing Nude Age Perfect. So it's very, very moisturizing. Number 216. Okay, now that that's down, then I'll take my NYX lip liner. Lip liner is another thing that gives us definition because, again, we lose definition as we get older. So as you can see, I go a little outside my natural lip line. I don't like to get in the corners too much because it doesn't look as natural, and it looks too like you just caught it looks too trout, like you caught a trout. I don't want to look like a trout. I know the style is having fuller lips, but when it gets past the point of being too much, I have to look in my mirror. I don't know. And I think you avoid that by avoiding the corners. So I wipe that away a little bit. Then let's use a lighter pink color. This again, going back to my ballerina shoes, 135. If you've watched my previous videos, you know I like to kind of cover the crepiness and give a little highlight with that. It's there. I got a little crepey here, and I want a little bit more lasting color here, lasting color here. And then look, I like to do just the center instead of a lip gloss that I think is just too gooey during the work day. But I do love lip gloss, don't get me wrong, but when you're at work, I don't want it to look too shiny, gooey. It's just too much. Okay, I think I finished everything. So that's the final look, and that's just getting ready for work day. Oh, the giveaway. We forgot to talk about that. So I really want to give one of my new subscribers this one, because I talk so much about improving hair. This is the Vitabrid C hair tonic set. And I'll read it to you. 12-hour vitamin C scalp and hair revitalization. It's formulated to intensively treat the hair and scalp, and it gives you naturally healthy looking hair. So I'm a big fan of nutrition internally, and then also topical products that have vitamins in it. So one of my new lucky viewers, since there's not that many of you, I'm going to notify you, and then if you would like, I can send you this. And I'll try to do a giveaway every time I do a fun video like this. Please like, please subscribe, because I would love to get the word out there, help more women. And thank you so much for being a new subscriber, and see you next time.